Hello, my friends. Mrs. C here. I am so excited today to show you about our bees. And that's why this video title is Bees to Blossoms, because it's about 10:30 in the morning right now on a Saturday. We're, let's see what the date is. Oh my goodness, it's August 1st. I can't believe it. So many things have happened. And as you can see, the plants, let me show you, they are so excited, the pumpkin plants. They are growing. We've got blossoms all over the place. But I brought you out here on in the middle of the morning because right around 10:30, something begins to happen. Before early in the morning, all of the blossoms are open, wide open, because they want the pollinators, our bees, to come and visit them. Now, as the day gets hotter and hotter, the blossoms begin closing up for the day until the next morning. So let's see if we can find some bees busy at work and some of our blossoms that are still open. So, oh my goodness, I see something right here. Let's dig in close. I don't want to disturb those bees too much, but I want you to be able to see. Wow, look at that. Do you see what that bee is doing? Amazing. And let's look at all these different blossoms in here. I see tons of them. And yep, oh look, there's even 2 bees in here, plus another bug that's a pollinator. And you can see the blossom, it's not wide open, it's beginning to close. And you know what's silly? Sometimes when the blossom is closing, a bee gets stuck in there with for the day. They're not hurt though. They've got plenty of pollen. Oh my gosh, what's that gargantuan big green thing? Do you see that? It's a pumpkin. They're beginning to grow out here in these blossoms, and oh my goodness, there's a white pumpkin. Do you see that hidden away in there? So there's so many exciting things happening in our fields. Let's see if we can find another blossom. Oh, this one's really beginning to close up. Yeah, there's no pollinator in that one right now as that blossom's getting ready to go sleep for the day. But let's see if we can find some more that are open. Ooh, I see in here. Let's go all the way in. Oh, that's so cool. You see that bee in there? Oh, and there's another one right there. All over the place. Now, some of these blossoms you can see are beginning to even curl up. And that's okay because there's actually 2 types of blossoms out in the field. There's a male blossom and a female blossom. Isn't that crazy that even parts of plants are considered male and female? So the male blossoms have the pollen, and they then fall off after the bee goes through and gets the pollen. The female blossoms actually have nectar in them. The pollen is brought to them by the bees, and those are the blossoms that once they're pollinated, turn into pumpkins. So let's see if we can find something else here so I can show you. Oop, there's another blossom that's closing up today. Oh, there's another pumpkin. How cool, right? They're all green right now. Now they won't stay green. Any pumpkin that is green, look how big this is. Any pumpkin that is green is going to turn orange in the next few weeks. Now, right here, my friends, is where the blossom used to be. There's a little bit left in it, and that is where the blossom fell off as it began turning into a pumpkin. So time and time again, blossom after blossom. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to see each one because they're gonna be turning into pumpkins. This one is closing up for the day as the time and the sun is in the sky. But you see how this blossom, it's getting ready to even fall off. And that's okay because when that blossom begins falling off, we know that that's a female blossom that's turning into a pumpkin. So how cool. So this is where our bees end up. As you've seen, we're gonna go check out where these bees come from at the beehive and where they live. Come with me, let's go discover. All right, so I have Nico here with me. Nico wave, you waving? All right, awesome. So Nico is my son, he's 15 years old. This summer he's learned to drive all kinds of different farm equipment we're excited to show you. But today, Nico's gonna be our chauffeur as we head on down to see the beehives.
Yes.
All right, let's go see the beehives. All right, Nico's doing a good job driving. So here we are about halfway between the pumpkin field and then all the way down in the distance. Can you see them, my friends? Are those 3 white boxes, or towers of boxes, I should say. That is where thousands and thousands of bees live in 3 different separate bee colonies. And these bees go through our strawberry fields that we have in front of us, and there's no blossoms in our strawberries right now, all the way up to past that tree line into our awesome pumpkins. So bees fly a lot of places, and their wings, oh my goodness, they are very, very strong, so that the bee is able to get from its hive up to the pumpkin field where the blossoms, pollen, and nectar are. Let's take the rest of the trip together. All right, Nico, start her up. We made it out here with Nico's awesome driving, so thank goodness. So I am going to be walking carefully to the hives, but it is very, very important that we're respectful of bees and their habitat. So whether it's a honeybee hive, or maybe you have some yellow jackets or a different kind of bees that they're not honey collectors in that way, that you need to be careful, always make sure safety comes first. So as you can see, I'm standing back from our 3 hives quite a bit. The hive all the way to the right, that's actually been with us for a few years. A queen bee can live up to 3 to 5 years, which is crazy. And then the hive would produce a new queen bee to take over. The other 2 on the left and the center, they're just brand new hives with us this year. But what's interesting is a worker bee, and those are all the worker bees that you see flying in and out of the hives right now. A worker bee only lives 5 to 6 weeks. And in that time, that worker bee creates about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. Not very much. But we have thousands of bees, thankfully, and a beehive creates about 2 to 3 times the amount of honey it actually needs to survive. So as humans, we are not hurting the bees or the hive as long as we leave enough honey behind. When we take the honey, oh my gosh, I love it. On things like baklava, oh, if you haven't had that, that's a good honey dessert. So anyways, my friends, this is, and let's see how gently, carefully, and closely I can get without disturbing the bees. And let's just watch them for a moment. Do you see them flying in and out so fast? And how they collect around the hive? Now today, it's pretty nice out. I would say it's in the low 80 degrees. When it is in the 90s, oh my goodness, the bees come out of the hive because it's so hot in there, and they swarm around the hive. So it's amazing to see what they do. But without the bees and without our pollinators, we wouldn't have our gorgeous pumpkins. All right, my friends, there you have it. That's the bees here at the farm. So we're now quite a distance away from the hives over there. Nico and I very safely in our vehicle, and all of our plants in front of us, that we have our bees here and taking care of them. So that is the adventure of the pollinator, and I'll see you in the next video.